And we live. Welcome to another edition of the Dirty South Pimps Live Fantasy Football League. I'm your host, Chi-Town Chevy, with my co-host,
Big Perm.
Big Perm in the house, baby. We ready to rock this kickoff Thursday night Ravens Kansas City game. Looking forward to it. What do you got to say about that?
Listen, man, it's been a long off season. It's been a long off season, so I'm eagerly anticipating, a really good game tonight between the Baltimore Ravens and the
Yep.
Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, in full disclosure, I hate the Baltimore Ravens. I
Yeah,
hate
I
everything
can
about them,
understand.
but they're a pretty decent team when it comes to the AFC North. So I'm just looking forward to a good game tonight. I hope they lose. Actually, I hate Kansas City as well. I hope we have a tie. Can we do
Hey,
that?
I'm right with you. Being a Bronco fan, every day I think about Kansas City winning two Super Bowls. Not only if they go back and three-peat. John Elway, all the greats of Denver are turning over every night with no rest. Champ Bailey, TD, we all not having a good time right now with Kansas City leading our division.
All right, all right.
So
So go ahead.
I was just gonna say that I think Lamar's poised for another MVP season. He got Derrick Henry this year on the roster, so that's going to strengthen their run game. They're going to, he's going to come in and run with authority. He's going to make sure that the other teams have to respect their run game even more, and get it should open up the passing game for Lamar. So I'm interested in seeing how that work out tonight.
Yeah, I agree with that. I mean, I think the game plan should always be for Lamar to run the ball or Baltimore Ravens to run the ball as possible. I mean, as you can see, every year during the playoffs where they get into trouble is they expect Lamar to become a pass first quarterback. He just doesn't have that yet. I mean, he's always a dual threat. Don't get me wrong, but if you're
Right.
relying on Lamar to beat you with his arm, that's just not
Yep.
going to happen. I mean, go right back to where Kansas City played Baltimore last year in the playoffs. Baltimore
Right.
was unstoppable going into the playoffs and even during the playoffs. And then for some reason, something changed where they wanted Lamar to throw the ball a lot in that game, and you see exactly what happened. But I think that's what's going to happen tonight. Kansas City is going to load the box and
Yep.
force Lamar to throw the ball. But we'll see who caves first.
He got a lot of weapons though. Zay Flowers, they got more weapons, in the receiving game. The tight ends are looking good. Hopefully they're gonna produce tonight. I think they starting this game out right with a big rain delay, but looks like they're gonna get this game started here soon. They're talking about a 7:40 start time, so we'll be looking forward to that. But we got a lot of good matchups this coming up this weekend too. Um, Tomorrow night, the Eagles. They're not Eagles. The what game is tomorrow night? Friday night? Yeah, it's the Eagles Packers, right?
Yeah, Eagles
Tomorrow
Packers
night.
in Sao Paulo, Brazil. How about that?
Wow, that is man. I wish I was there right now, getting ready for that game.
Yeah, that's pretty dope. I'm actually excited about the NFL expanding their customer and fan base out to other countries.
We know what goes on in Brazil, right?
Nope, I don't. No idea. No idea.
For our viewers.
All right, so let's talk about real quick. So some of the other matchups that are happening this week. So I'll be in Atlanta this weekend, going to the Pittsburgh Atlanta game, and
Right?
I think everyone knows that the only other team I hate more than the Ravens is Pittsburgh. Um,
Absolutely,
but I'm thinking
absolutely.
this should be a pretty easy win for Pittsburgh and Atlanta. AFC football is just different. It's a tougher, more physical, uh, conference or division than most of the other ones. So I expect Pittsburgh to pound and ground at the Atlanta Falcons to death.
Do you know who their quarterback is?
I know.
This guy,
Did you?
he cannot, coming from Denver as with true experience, this third down kills this guy every game. So I expect the Falcons to win, to pull out a close one with
Yeah,
Kirk Cousins.
but if we're
Kirk Cousins.
being right, but if we're being honest,
Yeah,
Pittsburgh hadn't had a quarterback since Ben Roethlisberger,
that's true. I
right?
agree with that.
But they're still
Uh,
somehow, some kind of way, always in the mix. I think, other than maybe Cleveland this year, they have a top three defense. Defense will always keep them in the game, always. So
it was,
I think
I like Kirk Cousins. I like the Falcons. Their offense is going to be explosive. Bijan Robinson, and I think they're going to be explosive this year with
it
Kirk.
might be, it might be. On paper, they look really good. I can't deny that. On paper, they look really good, but we'll see how Kirk comes back from his Achilles injury last year. That's a big thing. New
He
new
looks ready.
city, new city, new team, new coordinators, new players. I think all those things play a factor into what Kirk Cousins can do. But on paper, they look fantastic from an
All you
offensive
got to do
perspective.
is deliver Kirk some Lou Williams lemon pepper wings, and they'll win. We know those Lou Williams lemon pepper wings are the real deal. It brings it out.
I can speak from 30 years of experience, 40 years of experience in living in Atlanta. There's nothing like it. That's for sure. All
All
right,
right,
let's
well,
take a look at hold on,
we
hold on.
got
Let's take a
we
look
got to
at
give a shout out to some of our sponsors.
yeah, let's
We
do
got
that.
Unite, VSOP. We got drinking that yak. We got to have that yak in the house
Yeah,
for the first game.
you're gonna get us kicked off of YouTube. I'm gonna just stick to I'm just stick to being sponsored by Red Cup Solo Cups.
Coca-Cola in the house also. That's from Atlanta, with Coca-Cola. Got to have a little bit of that Coke. Two of
All
our
right.
main sponsors.
So let's take a look at the other matchups this weekend. So real quick, Arizona against Buffalo. I think that
Yeah.
should be a pretty easy win for Buffalo. Arizona is still floundering. I don't know what they're going to do with Kyler Murray, man. I just think he's too small of a quarterback. The league has seen plenty of short quarterbacks. I just think he's entirely too small.
Man, they got Marvin Harris Jr.
That's
This
gonna be
kid
nice.
is a beast.
Yeah, I agree with that 100%. But
All they got to do is get the ball up. All he got to do is get the ball up there to him. He going to get it. He going to go
that's
get
my
it.
point. That's my point. All they have to do is get the ball, but that's gonna be tough.
Yeah. Buffalo got a good squad this year. I mean, the number one thing about Buffalo is the running back. That James Cook kid is the truth.
Oh yeah.
He was definitely overlooked last season. Hopefully, defensive coordinators got enough film on him this year that they can probably devise a scheme to stop him. But that kid he got a lot of heart. He runs hard. He's fast. I like him. I like James Cook a lot. Drafted him several of my leagues because I like him so much.
Okay. Okay. I mean, they have Buffalo -6.5. I think that's an easy cover for them. We look at Tennessee against Chicago.
Yeah.
Everyone's excited about the new look Chicago Bears.
I'm
Uh,
a Bronco fan, but I'm looking forward to see them Bears, man. I live in the Chi-Town, and I think the Chi-Town gonna step it up this year finally.
yeah,
Finally got a real quarterback.
I actually wish I was staying here this weekend. I would definitely catch the game. But I'll definitely catch at least one or two games before leaving Chicago later this year. Let's talk about the New England Cincy game.
Yeah, that's a big game.
Should be a pretty
New,
easy game for us to win.
I don't know about that. They got a new
It's
coach.
it's Cincy -8.5. We're expected to win. If I look at the spread throughout the entire week, we have the largest spread. Minus
You
eight
know,
and a
eight
half.
and a half is the code, right?
Say again?
You know, 8.5 is the code.
Whatever it is,
Just
it should
telling
be
you.
it should be a pretty easy win for us. New England is clearly rebuilding. I think they continue to rebuild because they've been rebuilding for at least the last 4 years since Tom Brady left. So we'll
The
see
only
what
way
happens.
I would go against the Patriots if that spread changes. If that game started 8.5, the numbers don't lie with the code. That code is what's the money line? You know,
No, I don't know the money line. I'll have to go out there and take a look.
if that
But
money line,
regardless, it should be a pretty easy win. Um, Houston, Colts. We'll
mhm.
see if Houston can pick back up where they left off last year, being one of the hottest teams in the AFC. That's going to be pretty good.
the coach quarterback is back, right?
Yeah, coach running back is back. Quarterback is back.
Quarterback.
Richardson. They got a good offensive line. Got a really good running back. So we'll see what happens. I think that's going to be probably one of the best games on Sunday.
They picking them to do big things. The Colts, they look at the league in offense. They're gonna be
Yeah,
one of the top 5 offenses in the league. That's what they're saying.
yeah. We'll see. Jacksonville, Miami. Miami, that's a trash game. Sorry, Jacksonville or Miami, but that should be a pretty. Even though they only given my
It's,
Jacksonville 3.5 points.
it's an in-state game. It's a rivalry game.
Yeah, it ain't been as much of a rivalry. I mean, Jacksonville's sort of been a disappointment over the last couple of years with Trevor. There are a lot of people think he's overhyped, makes a lot of
They took a
mistakes.
step back. They did take a step back, but I think he was injured, and they had several players that get injured. So I think they're healthy. I think I like to see that. I think they'll bounce back this season. They'll may surprise some people because people gonna write them off. You got to be careful. I think that
Yeah,
you got to be careful with Jacksonville. They have the talent. The talent is there.
yeah, absolutely. Let's jump to I think which is going to be a very good game. It's a late game on Sunday. That's Dallas at Cleveland. That's how
Yeah.
you start. That's how you start a season off. I think it's Cleveland minus 2.5 right now. So, what are your thoughts on that one?
Well, I'm a big Garrett fan. Um, I like him a lot for Cleveland. Um, I'm not a Dallas. All the Dallas fans out there. I don't want you guys writing me and texting me and sending me messages about the Cowboys. So
They trash. Everybody know that. What are they gonna write you and tell you this is their year like they normally do? They sound like Pittsburgh Steelers
that's
fans.
right.
This is our
That's
year.
right. I
Trash.
got I got clients going to the Dallas game. They leaving tomorrow, headed down that way. So I don't want to talk too much about them. Even though we did go into Dallas and spank them, pretty good a couple of years ago.
Yeah, you don't
I,
have to talk too
I,
much. You don't have to talk too much about them. They'll talk enough.
yeah, they will. They know how to party though down there. They put on a heck of that tailgate is something else in Dallas.
Yeah, I still seeing Cleveland pull this one out. Cleveland has a number one top ranked defense in the league. I think this will be a bounce back year for Deshaun.
Hmm.
It's just tough, man. Cleveland again, another AFC North team. It's tough to
Right.
beat those teams, man. That's bully ball all around.
Yeah,
Uh,
you got to bring your lunch pail when you play the AFC North.
yeah. So let's keep it moving. So we got Minnesota at New York, two trash teams. I don't expect anything to come out of either one of them. I give Daniel Jones 4 weeks,
I
then
don't
they're gonna
know.
bench him.
He's definitely
Well,
on the short.
I don't think they can bench him. They pay him too much money. So let me not say that. I think in week 4, week 5, they start positioning themselves to start looking for a quarterback in next year's draft, or to make some trades happen next year. I think Daniel Jones gets 4 games. If he doesn't prove himself in those 4 games, um, I think they're going to start looking to replace him.
Yeah. Well, again, you never know about the Giants. What you're going to get? They're like a box of chocolate every season. You don't know what you're going to get from the
You
Giants.
know that is not true. You know exactly what you're going to get. A
Uh,
trash ass team. The
man,
Giants are trash.
they got the year that you write them off the most will be the year they go to the Super Bowl and win it all. They
Nah,
do it too
that's
many. I know they don't got Strahan no more. Strahan was the heart of that. Him and Him and Three Fingers was his name. You know, what I'm talking about Three Fingers. Three Fingers and
I
String.
know exactly who you're talking about. All right, man. Let's get through these because the game is
Yeah,
about to
you know,
start.
you know what I'm talking
So I think Monday Night Football.
about. You know what I'm talking about. That's
I know exactly what you're talking about. Three fingers. I
yeah.
think so. Let's jump to Monday Night Football. New York Jets at San Fran.
Yeah.
Um, I think there's a lot of hype around the Jets. They're young. They've got young, great players on defense. Young, great players on offense. Obviously,
Yep.
Aaron Rodgers is there, coming back from such a disappointment season last year.
Right.
Um, but I look at the Giants doing big things this year. I definitely look at the Giants doing big things this
Jets.
year.
Jets. I
I'm
mean
sorry,
Jets.
yeah. I look at sorry, Giants. No way in hell. But I look at the Jets doing big things this year. I mean, it's a tough week one matchup against San Francisco. I think they have all their pieces in place. All contract negotiations have been finalized, so they have everyone, in camp or ready to start week one. So I think
Yeah,
Monday night it'll be a good game.
we'll see which team has the first injury. That's what I'll call this game. Whichever one has the first injury is gonna lose.
Yeah, listen, I'm looking at these boys right now. They look ready to play.
Yeah, I was just looking at that also. They got their eye of the tiger again.
I will say this: when we beat Kansas City in the AFC Championship game 2 years ago, I went to that game. It is by far one of the loudest stadiums I've ever been in my life. Uh,
Absolutely.
the fans were fantastic. The tailgate experience was incredible.
Yeah.
It's definitely at the top of my list. They
Best smelling stadium in the league, like I said. The barbecue there is impeccable.
absolutely, absolutely. It's going to be a challenge for Baltimore tonight to deal with.
That atmosphere.
Yeah, yeah, it's going to be
Yeah, the
insane.
crowd. That crowd
I mean,
with itself has that whole experience.
yeah, I mean, other than the Cincinnati Bengals playing Kansas City on opening night, I don't think I could ask for a better game.
Yeah. Yeah. No, this is good.
So we'll see, man. So let's wrap this thing up so we can go
Yeah.
in here and enjoy this football. You want any closing comments?
Well, I expect us to mop up the Seahawks on week one and then mop up the Steelers on week two. By the first
Oh,
four.
hey, I did just skip past. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did just skip
hey,
past it.
it's okay. It's okay because we know what we gonna do. We all good. We ready. We'll put the Seahawks up.
Hey,
We'll,
I did. I
we
did.
laying waiting for them Steelers.
Hey, I did that on purpose. I did that on purpose.
Yeah, it's okay. It's all right.
Hey, but I'm looking forward to coming out to the crib next weekend for Pittsburgh versus Denver. It's gonna be it'll be probably listen. It'll be the only time I ever root for the Denver Broncos.
We're gonna have pyrotechnics and fireworks show out here in the on the property. Once
right.
once at the end of the game, we're gonna let the fireworks go.
All right, all right. I'm looking forward to it, my man. Listen, happy 2024, 2025 NFL season.
Yeah, let's do it.
Looking forward to it. It's gonna be great, baby.
All right, I'm gonna wrap
All right,
this
man.
up. We'll be back for those of you who didn't make the pregame show. We'll have another show shortly afterwards. With for those of you who'll be coming on late, as always. The rest of our folks at our crew, they still stuck in traffic.
Yeah, yeah. I guess the main thing that we sort of lay out the groundwork, how we're going to be approaching this season, right? It's not going to all just be football. We'll talk a little golf.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little business. We'll talk a little Bitcoin. We'll talk a little investment.
Yeah.
We'll
That
try to
sounds
cover the entire gambit.
Right. We may even have some special guests, some ex NFL players, baseball
Yeah.
players. We'll have some of them join the show, and looking forward for a great season.
Absolutely, man.
Right.
Absolutely.
wrap it up.
All right. All
Appreciate
right,
it.
man. Be safe, everyone. We'll talk later.
Good night. Enjoy.